what you can do, but for who you are at your very core. And tonight, we're going to expose the very engine of that ache, the hidden need to feel wanted, psychology fix that has been running your life from the shadows, an invisible wound you've been carrying so long, it feels like a part of your skeleton. You know the feeling, don't you? That slight tension in your chest when you walk into a room, wondering if you'll be noticed. The way you curate your words in a text message to seem just interesting enough, just available enough but not too eager. The quiet disappointment that sinks in when a conversation ends, and you're left with only the echo of your own presence. A feeling that perhaps you are a background character in everyone else's story. And this right here is the first layer of the wound. The belief that your worth is a verdict delivered by others, a prize you must earn with your charm, your usefulness, your silence, your pain. Let's go deeper. This isn't a personal flaw. It's a human legacy, etched into our nervous systems over millennia, where belonging to the tribe wasn't about happiness, but about survival, where being cast out meant certain death. And so your mind, in its ancient wisdom, developed a sophisticated alarm system to constantly monitor your social standing, scanning for any sign of rejection, any hint that your position is precarious. And it's this very system, this ancient code running on modern hardware, that creates the haunting sensation of being an outsider looking in, even when you're surrounded by people who love you. Pause. Notice what that just revealed in your body. That subtle shift as you consider the evolutionary weight of this feeling. You've felt this before, haven't you? That primal fear of being left behind. But here's the truth. Your mind isn't broken. It's just operating on an outdated script. A script written for a world that no longer exists. And tonight, we are going to rewrite it, line by line, from the inside out. What no one tells you is that this hidden need is a shapeshifter. It rarely appears as a simple, straightforward desire for attention. Instead, it manifests as anxiety in your relationships, as a relentless drive to achieve so you can finally feel worthy of a seat at the table, as the tendency to people please until you've lost all sense of your own shape, as staying in situations that dim your light because the thought of being alone feels more terrifying than the pain of staying. And it's in these subtle, everyday moments that the need tightens its grip, convincing you that the emptiness you feel can only be filled by an external validation that, like water through your fingers, always slips away. Consider for a moment the story of Alex, who walked into every party with a smile perfectly practiced in the mirror, whose laughter was timed just right, who always remembered the details of other people's lives, to ask the perfect, thoughtful questions, becoming a mirror for everyone else, reflecting back whatever he thought they wanted to see. And for a while it worked. He was popular, invited, seen as the life of the party. But when he went home, the silence was absolute, a crushing weight because the person everyone clapped on the back didn't feel like him at all, but a ghost, a construct designed to be wanted. And the real Alex was buried so deep, he wasn't sure he existed anymore. And his loneliness wasn't about being alone. It was about being unknown even to himself. This is the first great paradox of the hidden need. The more you perform to be wanted, the more you vanish and the deeper the loneliness becomes. Ask yourself this now. Where in your life are you performing a role instead of inhabiting your own skin? Let's go even deeper into the hidden emotional triggers that keep this cycle on repeat, the landmines in your psychological landscape that you keep stepping on without even knowing they are there. The first trigger is the ghost of abandonment. Not necessarily a dramatic, literal abandonment, but the subtle ones. The parent who is physically present but emotionally distant, the friend who slowly faded away without explanation, the partner who made you feel like you were too much to handle. These experiences create a core belief that connection is inherently unstable, that you are inherently unstable, and that you must work tirelessly to secure your place, to earn your keep in the hearts of others. The second trigger is the tyranny of comparison, the endless scroll through curated lives that makes it seem like everyone else has been chosen, has been deemed worthy, has found their tribe, while you are perpetually on the outside, your nose pressed against the glass of a party you weren't invited to. And this constant comparing mind amplifies the feeling of lack, making your own life seem pale and insufficient. The third and perhaps most insidious trigger is the fantasy of completion, the cultural story sold to us in a million songs and movies, that there is one person out there who will finally see you and make you feel whole, a soulmate who will end the search and quiet the ache forever. And so you project this immense power onto others, setting them up to fail, because no human being can ever bear the weight of being your singular source of worth. And when they inevitably disappoint you, the wound feels fresh and the need grows stronger. You're starting to see it now, how these triggers form a self-reinforcing loop, a closed circuit of pain. But here is where we begin to dismantle the machine, not with brute force, but with the precise, gentle tools of awareness. And our first weapon is the power of recognition. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. This is about becoming a detective of your own inner world, noticing the specific moments when the hidden need is activated. It might be when your partner is distracted by their phone, when a group of friends makes plans without you, when you offer an idea in a meeting and it's met with silence, and in that moment, instead of being swept away by the emotional tsunami, you simply name it. You say to yourself quietly, internally, the need to feel wanted is here. This is the activation. This simple act of naming creates a sliver of space between you and the reaction, a foothold of consciousness in the cascade of fear. Step 2. Reframe the story. In that space, you challenge the ancient narrative. The story your mind is telling you is, this means I am not important. I am being cast out. You reframe it with a more compassionate, modern truth. This feeling is an old alarm system. It's not a reflection of my worth. This person's behavior is about their own world, their own distractions, their own struggles. It is not a verdict on my value. You must speak to yourself with the firm kindness you would offer a frightened child, because that is in many ways exactly what you are soothing, the frightened, ancient part of you that believes it will not survive being overlooked. Step 3. Replace the pattern. Instead of the old pattern, which might be to seek immediate reassurance, to people-please, to withdraw in coldness, you choose a micro-action of self-validation. You place a hand on your own heart. You whisper to yourself, I am here. I am with you. You are not alone. You do something small and kind for yourself, something that affirms your own existence independent of anyone else's gaze. You take a walk. You write down one thing you appreciate about yourself. You reclaim the energy you were about to spend seeking external validation, and you direct it inward, feeding yourself, not the ghost of the need. Pause, feel the power in that redirection. You've just begun to rewire a circuit that's been active for a lifetime. You feel it making sense already. This shift from being a victim of the feeling to being an observer with agency. Now let's bring in our second weapon, which is the practice of sovereign identity. This is about building a sense of self that is so rooted and defined from within that the opinions and attentions of others lose their power to destabilize you. For so long your identity has been a committee, a constantly shifting consensus based on who you were with. But sovereignty means you become the sole author of your own worth. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. The trigger here is any situation where you feel your sense of self blurring or dissolving to match the expectations of another. You feel yourself agreeing when you don't agree, laughing when you aren't amused, shrinking your opinions, your passions, your quirks to make yourself more palatable, more wanted. You feel a visceral sense of inauthenticity, a quiet betrayal of yourself. Step 2. Reframe the story. The old story is, I must be likable and agreeable to be safe and wanted. The new sovereign story is, my value is inherent. My uniqueness is my strength. The right people will be drawn to my authentic self, not a performance. It is safer to be my true self and attract genuine connections than to be a ghost and attract attachments to a mirage. This reframe is a declaration of independence from the tyranny of likability. Step 3. Replace the pattern. The pattern to replace is the automatic fusion with others' expectations. The new pattern is the conscious practice of a micro-expression of your true self. It could be as simple as stating a minor preference when you'd normally say, I don't mind. It could be wearing the outfit you love, even if it's not in fashion. It's sharing an unconventional opinion in a low-stakes conversation. It's allowing yourself to be visibly passionate about something others might find silly. Each time you do this, you are sending a powerful message to your own psyche. I am the source of my own validation. I exist, and that is enough. Consider the story of Maya, who had built her entire identity around being the reliable, competent one, the one everyone could count on, and it worked. She was needed, constantly. But she was trapped in a prison of her own making, because if she ever stopped being competent, if she ever showed a crack, she was terrified the whole world would see she was a fraud and abandon her, and her need to be wanted was fulfilled only through her utility, which is a hollow, transactional form of connection that leaves the soul starved. The shift began not with a grand gesture, but with a small failure. She missed a deadline at work, a small one, and the world didn't end, and instead of frantically over-explaining and people-pleasing to make up for it, she simply said, I apologize, I dropped the ball on this, and held the space of her own imperfection without crumbling. And in that moment, she felt a new kind of strength, a sovereignty that wasn't based on being perfect, but on being human. And to her astonishment, her colleagues respected her more for it, and she began to understand that being wanted for your humanity is infinitely more nourishing than being needed for your mask. You've felt this trap of utility, haven't you? The belief that you are what you provide. But here's the truth, you are not your function. You are a being, not a tool. And this leads us to our third weapon, which is perhaps the most challenging and the most liberating: the art of non-attachment. This isn't about becoming cold or detached. It's the opposite. It's about learning to connect deeply without clutching, to love without leasing your soul. The hidden need makes you grasp at relationships, hold on too tightly, because you believe this person, this connection, is the water that will save you from your desert of unworthiness. Non-attachment is learning to find your own water, so you can connect from a place of abundance, not desperation. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. The trigger is the feeling of clinginess, the anxiety that arises when a connection feels threatened, the compulsive checking of your phone, the over-analysis of texts, the frantic energy you emit when you're trying to control the outcome of a relationship to ensure you won't be abandoned. It feels like panic, like a life or death struggle. Step 2. Reframe the story. The old story is, I need this specific person to want me in order to be okay. Their presence is my safety. The new story of non-attachment is, I am whole and complete on my own. I welcome connection, but I do not need any single person to complete me. I can handle loss. I can handle rejection. My wholeness is not negotiable. This is the foundation of true emotional freedom. Step 3. Replace the pattern. When you feel the clutch of attachment, the desperate grip, you consciously practice letting go. You put the phone down and walk away. You take 10 deep breaths and feel your own feet on the floor. You engage in an activity that fully absorbs you and reminds you of your own capabilities and interests. You paint, you run, you cook, you garden. You redirect your focus from managing the connection to living your life. You prove to yourself, through action, that your world does not collapse when you release your grip. In fact, it often expands because you are no longer pouring all your energy into one person, but rather investing it back into the vast, interesting landscape of your own existence. Let's go deeper. What no one tells you is that the hidden need to feel wanted is often a misplaced longing for a relationship with yourself, a homesickness for your own soul, and the ultimate fulfillment of this need is not found in another's arms, but in your own unwavering presence. Pause. Let that truth settle in the silence. Ask yourself this now. When was the last time you truly showed up for yourself, not as a critic, but as a devoted friend? Our fourth and final weapon is the practice of radical self-belonging. This is the master key, the integration of all the others, because if you feel you truly belong to yourself, the desperate need to belong to others simply evaporates. It's not a fight, it's a homecoming. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. The IDSIDOS trigger for this is any moment you feel the old emptiness, the sense of being adrift, the feeling that you are searching for a home you can't find. It's that foundational ache of not belonging. Step 2. Reframe the story. The old story is, I am alone. I am an outsider. I need to find my place. The new radical story is, I am my own home. Wherever I am, I belong to myself. This body, this breath, this consciousness is my fundamental, unshakable belonging. I'm not searching for a home, I am building it right here in my own chest. Step 3. Replace the pattern. The pattern of seeking external homes is replaced with the daily ritualistic practice of building your internal home. This is concrete. You create a morning ritual that honors you. 5 minutes of silence, a gratitude practice, a stretch. You curate your physical space to reflect your soul, to be a sanctuary for you. You make promises to yourself and you keep them, whether it's to go to bed on time or to finish that project, because every kept promise to yourself is a brick laid in the foundation of your self-trust. You speak to yourself with a tone of love and respect. You become the safe harbor you've been searching for in everyone else. This is the hidden need to feel wanted psychology fix in its most profound form, turning the need inward and fulfilling it yourself. Imagine Sarah, who had spent a lifetime in a series of tumultuous relationships, each one starting with a fairy tale intensity and ending with a crushing sense of betrayal. And she believed she was just unlucky in love, that she kept picking the wrong people. But the common denominator was her. Not because she was flawed, but because she was seeking in these men the father who had never made her feel cherished, the fundamental sense of being wanted that should have been her birthright, and her pattern was one of intense pursuit, followed by intense fear and sabotage. Her transformation began not when she met the right man, but when, after another heartbreak, she decided to stop dating completely and instead, for 1 year, date herself. She took herself out to dinners, bought herself flowers, learned what she truly enjoyed outside of a partnership, and she learned for the first time how to be the source of her own romance, her own validation, her own companionship, and when she finally felt a deep, solid sense of being at home with herself. She did meet someone, but the dynamic was entirely different. She wasn't desperate for his attention. She was curious about his character, and she could take him or leave him, not from a place of coldness, but from a place of profound self-respect. And that, ironically, was the very thing that allowed a healthy, secure love to finally take root. You're starting to see it now, how all these weapons intertwine. Recognition, sovereign identity, non-attachment, and radical self-belonging. They are not separate tools, but different facets of the same diamond, the diamond of your own awakened consciousness. This is how you end the hidden need to feel wanted pattern tonight, and every night that follows, not as a one-time event, but as a continuous, gentle returning to yourself. It's about realizing that the love you've been seeking to receive is the very love you must learn to generate, to radiate from within. The haunting emptiness was never a void to be filled by another, but a space to be occupied by you, the real you, the you that has been waiting patiently in the wings all this time. This is the great secret, the final integration. The need to feel wanted was always a distorted, externalized cry for self-reclamation. It was your soul's way of trying to lead you back to itself. And now, as you sit here in the quiet of this moment, you can feel the shift beginning, a quiet solidity forming where there was once a desperate hunger. You are not erasing the need, you are fulfilling it at its source. You are coming home, and from this place of wholeness your relationships will transform, not because you are manipulating them, but because you are entering them as a whole person, capable of giving and receiving love as a choice, not a necessity. The work is simple, but it is not always easy. It requires a vigilant, compassionate awareness, a commitment to catching yourself in the old patterns and gently, firmly steering yourself back to the truth of your own sovereignty. But you can do this. You are already doing it. The mere fact that you have listened this far, that you have turned your attention inward with such honesty, is proof that the healing has already begun. The hidden need is losing its power because you have brought it into the light, and in the light it cannot survive in its old form. It dissolves, and what remains is simply you, more you than you have ever been, wanted finally and forever, by the only person whose opinion ever truly mattered, the one who has been here all along,